Legend of Yu Fei, Chapter 25.
We're talking about General Yu Fei, huge figure in Chinese history, a real legend.
Absolutely. A national hero.
And at this point, he's on this incredibly critical mission, heading back to the capital because of an imperial decree. Urgent stuff.
You'd think he'd be tunnel vision, right? Just get there.
Totally. But the text shows something amazing about his character. Even with all that pressure, he pauses to make sure his team is ready.
Yeah, he tells his aide, Ji King specifically, no alcohol.
And seals it with the T oath. I love that detail.
It says so much about his leadership, doesn't it? He's not just big picture strategy. He's sweating the small stuff too.
Yeah, those micro risks. He gets how tiny details can snowball.
It really shows that level of meticulous planning. Makes you wonder if that's common
Or if it's part of what makes him Yu Fei. And he's diligent with communication too, right? Before leaving, sends a messenger to the marshal's camp.
Explaining why he had to leave so suddenly. Proper protocol, even when time is critical.
That commitment, even in urgency, it's impressive. And he's not totally alone on this trip.
No, he's got Zhang Bao with him.
Right, Zhang Bao, his loyal attendant. And as we're about to find out, way more than just a follower.
Oh, absolutely. A crucial partner in what's coming.
So Yu Fei, Zhang Bao, the horse, they're heading back, probably thinking it's fairly straightforward.
And then they hit it. The first real snag. A broken bridge.
Ah, the broken bridge. Path completely blocked.
Yes. And what's really fascinating is Yu Fei's instant reaction. He doesn't just see damage.
He smells a rat.
Pretty much. He asks Zhang Bao, wasn't this bridge fine just days ago?
Yeah.
Zhang Bao confirms it.
Okay.
So Yu Fei deduces instantly this wasn't wear and tear. This was deliberate. Recent.
Which immediately puts them on high alert. Foul play suspected.
And wouldn't you know it, his suspicions seem right almost immediately. Zhang Bao looks for a boat. Nothing.
All the usual ferries are just gone.
Vanished.
Yeah.
Then he spots it. A small boat, sort of hidden in the reeds on the far bank.
Okay. A bit suspicious, maybe.
Definitely. He calls out, and this ferryman appears. And, well, the description.
Let me guess, not your friendly neighborhood ferryman.
Not even close. The text paints this really striking picture. Broad eyebrows, large eyes, purple complexion.
Purple, right?
10 feet tall, broad shoulders, round waist.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy sounds formidable. Dangerous.
10 feet tall. Okay, maybe a slight exaggeration, but the point is he's huge and intimidating.
Exactly. It looks like he could wrestle a bear.
And then comes the price.
Ah, yes, the price. 10 taels of silver per person, and another 10 for the horse.
Wow, for context, that's outrageous for a ferry ride back then, right?
Absolutely exorbitant. A massive sum. Zhang Bao, being practical, tries to haggle.
Naturally.
But the ferryman won't budge. Not an inch. Stubborn.
So Yu Fei, already thinking the bridge was sabotage, must be putting two and two together here. This isn't just about money.
You have to assume so. And the ferryman's scheme becomes clearer. He's not just greedy, he's cunning.
How so?
He claims the boat's too small for both man and the horse at once.
Ah, the classic, I'll have to make 2 trips line.
Precisely. He suggests taking one person and the horse first, then coming back. But his real goal?
To split them up.
Exactly. He sees Zhang Hao, the military officer, as the main threat. And he definitely wants that nice white horse.
So he wants to isolate them, makes them easier targets.
It's a setup. Yeah, a trap. But Yu Fei and Zhang Bao aren't exactly falling for it.
No, you get the sense they're way ahead of him. So Yu Fei, being pragmatic.
He gets on the boat first, with the horse, puts the horse in the cabin area, positions himself right at the bow. Smart.
Okay, controlling the front. And Zhang Bao, what's his move?
Zhang Bao shows incredible instinct. He gets his package, goes to the stern near the rudder, and crucially,
Keeps his weapon handy.
keeps his iron staff right there, close at hand. His positioning is deliberate. He's not relaxing. He's ready.
It's those little details, the positioning, the awareness. That's what makes it so tense.
So the ferryman starts rowing them out. Middle of the river, he glances back.
Sees Zhang Bao, staff ready, looking alert.
Right. He realizes, uh-oh, this might not be so easy. Disarming him needs a trick.
So he tries plan B.
Plan B. The feigned request, hey, could you hold the oar for a second? I need to grab some snacks.
Right, snacks, while clearly eyeing the iron staff.
His real goal is obvious. Get Zhang Bao to put the staff down, even for a moment.
And this is where Zhang Bao just shines.
Oh, it's brilliant. The text says he has long been on guard. He knows what's up.
So what does he do? Play along?
No, he does something unexpected. He drops his staff.
Drops it.
Drops it. then grabs the oar with both hands and starts rowing vigorously.
Whoa. So he's showing, look, my hands are full, I'm rowing, but I dropped my weapon deliberately. I'm still watching you.
Exactly. It's a power move. It signals I'm ready and you can't surprise me. It completely wrong-foots the ferryman.
That is clever. It foils the whole distract him to disarm him plan.
And the ferryman must realize the game is up, because that's when he makes his move.
The big reveal.
He whips out a broadsword hidden under the floorboards.
There it is. The moment of truth.
But before the ferryman can even properly attack, Zhang Bao explodes into action. 2 kicks. Incredibly fast.
Okay.
First kick hits the ferryman's wrist or hand. The broadsword goes flying, splashes into the river, disarmed.
Nice. And the second kick.
Second kick catches the ferryman square, sends him tumbling overboard with a huge splash.
Ha. Instant karma. Swift rejection of his evil plan.
It's not just strength, it's the speed, the timing, the decisiveness, pure tactical genius in that moment.
Unbelievable. But wait, the guy's in the water. It's not necessarily over, is it?
Not at all. And Yu Fei knows it. Experience kicks in. He shouts a warning to Zhang Bao.
What does he say?
Guard against him from under the water. Vital advice. The threat hasn't vanished, it's just hidden.
Right. He could try to capsize the boat or attack from below.
Exactly. So what do? Pure resourcefulness. Zhang Bao grabs his iron staff again.
Uses it as a paddle.
Yes, paddling like mad at the stern. And Yu Fei, at the bow, takes his famous Li Quan spear.
His spear? What does he do with that?
Uses it like a pole, plunging it into the water, stirring it up furiously. The text says it creates 10,000 golden rays.
Wow, what an image. Like they're creating this churning defensive vortex around the boat.
Precisely. Making it impossible for the ferryman to get close underwater, to get a grip,
Yeah.
anything. Brilliant defense.
And while doing all this, they're still managing to steer.
Deftly maneuvering the boat towards the shore, even with the underwater threat. They make it.
Phew. Okay.
They get to the bank, disembark safely. Yu Fei gets his horse out. Zhang Bao grabs his package and staff. They leap ashore.
Leaving the empty boat spinning in the current. And the ferryman, still in the water, presumably.
Presumably fuming and definitely defeated. And then comes Zhang Bao's line. It's perfect.
What is that?
He turns to Yu Fei and says something like, "This ferryman is so unlucky, tried to steal a chicken but lost his rice instead."
Huh? That's brilliant. He tried for a big score and ended up losing everything. His sword, his boat, his dignity.
It perfectly sums up the whole failed scheme. Hilarious and insightful. Yu Fei on horseback, and his companion, Zhang Bao, who's burdened with a heavy package. They've made it across the rivers. But suddenly, a booming voice bellows out. The ferryman is demanding payment.
Wielding a copper cudgel, just absolutely fearless. He declares he fears neither officials nor heaven, demanding payment from basically everyone, even the emperor himself, with only 2 very specific exceptions. He even has this little rhyme about it. I was born by the river, fear neither officials nor heaven. Even if an official comes to cross, he must send me 10,000 cash, which, well, back then that was a fortune.
Wow. Okay. And Zhang Bao, being quick-witted, he immediately challenges him, right? Hints that he might just be one of those exceptions.
And that's all it takes. Bang. The ferryman unleashes his cudgel. The fight is on.
Right away.
The fight itself is quite something. 15 to 16 rounds, it says. And you can almost feel Zhang Bao's struggle. He's at a clear disadvantage because of that heavy package strapped to his back, really trying to fend off those blows while carrying it.
Just as Zhang Bao looks like he's losing ground.
So Yu Fei steps in. But why exactly then? What was he aiming to find out, do you think? He goes straight to the heart of it, asking the ferryman about his 2 special exceptions.
And the ferryman doesn't hesitate. Lays out his strict yet, well, principled code. First, Lang Gang, the Grand Counselor, a highly respected and loyal official he gets to cross for free, and the second exception.
The ferryman declares it's Yu Fei himself, from Jiangsu, Tangyin County, a true hero, a brave man. And the dramatic tension just ramps up as Zhang Bao connects the dots. He exclaims that their leader is indeed that Yu Fei. The ferryman, of course, he thinks it's a trick at first, dismisses it.
But this is where the conversation takes that powerful turn. Yu Fei confirms his identity, states he is the General Yu Fei, currently defending against the Jin Malsh, those are the northern invaders at the Yellow River mouth, and he's on his way to the capital. The ferryman then asks for one final, crucial confirmation. He says, are you the Yu Fei who snatched the top scholar title in Bianjing, the capital city then, and famously defeated the formidable warrior Little Yang Wang with a spear?
And with that confirmation, bang, The ferryman's entire demeanor changes instantly.
Completely flips.
Totally. It's a pivotal moment. The ferryman, whose name we now learn is Wang Heng, he immediately drops his cudgel, bows deeply, apologizes profusely for, attacking them just moments before, and expresses this intense, fervent desire to serve Yu Fei. His transformation is really remarkable.
So Yu Fei, naturally curious, asks Wang Heng about his background. And we learn he was born by the Yangtze River, lived by what he calls private merchant activities.
Which sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it?
Right. And his money vanished quickly due to, well, gambling and gluttony.
Which raises an interesting point. Why would someone like Wang Heng, who seems rough around the edges, maybe even a bit unscrupulous, suddenly show such profound loyalty? He explains that despite his past, he really longed to achieve something meaningful, something more. He'd heard of Yu Fei's great reputation and wanted to join him, but just, lacked the funds for travel.
And here's the kicker, the part that makes you really scratch your head. Wang Heng admits he had deliberately broken the bridge and swindled money from travelers.
Yeah, swindled them.
Precisely to gather funds to honor Yu Fei and offer his service. I mean, talk about an unconventional way to show respect. Almost criminal.
It's certainly unorthodox, no question. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, Yu Fei, leading the Song dynasty at the time, he clearly sees past these methods. He discerns Wang Heng's sincerity, and offers him a chance to serve the dynasty. Wang Heng, in turn, pledges his unwavering loyalty, declares he wants no wealth or high position, only to serve.
Before fully committing, though, Wang Heng briefly goes back to his family. A wife and young son, Wang Biao. They're living with his uncle in this dilapidated hut by the river. He gets some silver for them, abandons his boat, and then joins Yu Fei's journey.
And as the journey continues, this playful challenge emerges between Zhang Bao and Wang Heng. Both seem to possess this extraordinary speed and strength. Wang Heng, ever the boaster, claims he can carry 300, 400 caddies.
Which is roughly 400, 500 pounds.
Incredible, yeah. And walk 300, 400 littles a day, which is well over 100 miles.
Yeah.
Truly impressive stats.
So Yu Fei, clearly amused and maybe wanting to see what they've really got, decides to put their boasts to the test. He spurs his horse ahead, basically challenging them. Okay, catch up, prove it.
And their performance, it's incredible to imagine. Both men run at this astonishing pace, catch up to the horse super quickly. Zhang Bao actually runs slightly past the horse, while Wang Heng keeps perfect pace right behind it.
And that impressive display leads to this legendary moment. Yu Fei laughs heartily, and he coins the famous saying, Zhang Bao in front of the horse, Wang Heng behind the horse. It perfectly captures their unique abilities, right?
Yeah.
And celebrates them as this inseparable dynamic duo.
Yu Fei arrives, he's got his loyal companions with him, Zhang Bao and Wang Heng.
They ride into the capital, it's bustling, they're feeling good. High hopes, right?
Absolutely. Full of cheer, expecting, maybe a promotion, recognition.
But literally the moment they get to the city gate, everything changes. They run smack into Zhang Bangcheng's sedan chair.
Right there at the entrance.
Yeah. And Yu Fei, being respectful, he pulls his horse aside. Zhang Bangcheng then sort of peers out, pretends to recognize him. Is that General Yu?
The performance begins.
Totally. Yu Fei gets down, approaches, and Bangcheng lays on this surprisingly warm welcome. Says the emperor misses him, wants him as a commander. This feels immediately suspicious, doesn't it?
Oh, completely. This isn't just a friendly hello. It's strategic right from the outset. Using the emperor's name, that feigned warmth, it's a calculated move.
Calculated how? What does it tell us?
Well, it immediately disarms Yu Fei. Makes it seem official, like a genuine opportunity. It shows you the political climate he's just walked into. It's all about appearances. And even a friendly gesture can be, a weapon. It's designed to lure him in.
And Yu Fei, he seems to take the bait. He follows Bangcheng into the city.
Trusting him, yeah.
They walk, they ride, until they get to the Meridian Gate, the Tilang. And it's getting dark now, dusk. Bangcheng tells Yu Fei, hey, just wait here at the Fengong Lu, this tower, while I go. Inform the emperor you've arrived.
Leaving him exposed, essentially. Isolated.
Exactly. And Yu Fei agrees, says he'll wait for the imperial decree. Okay, so while Yu Fei's waiting, let's jump inside the palace. Emperor Gaozong is there, enjoying a night banquet, and he's with Empress Xexiang, Qi. The text specifically mentions she's already a few parts in wine.
That detail is key. It means the emperor might not be fully present or sharp.
Right, and then comes the critical moment. A eunuch rushes in, delivers the news. Yu Fei has arrived. Hexiang sees the emperor's state, notices the moonlight, and she
He
pounces.
seizes the moment.
She kneels, asks the emperor if they can tour the palace. She pretends, oh, I haven't really seen it properly, and then suggests, let's start at Fengonglu, precisely where Yu Fei is cooling his heels.
Wow! Just steers him right towards the trap.
What's your read on that? Just quick thinking, or is she definitely in on it?
Oh, I think she's absolutely in on it. This isn't just seeing an opportunity, it's executing a plan. Her quick thinking aligns perfectly with Bang Chang's actions. It shows how coordinated this conspiracy likely is. She's actively manipulating the emperor, using his slightly tipsy state, to bring him face-to-face with Yu Fei at the exact right moment for the frame-up.
So the imperial sedan rolls up to Fengonglu.
Yeah.
Yu Fei sees the lanterns, the procession, and he thinks, wow, Grand Tutor Zhang Bangchang really does have influence.
He still believes the cover story.
He does. So he steps forward, prostrates himself properly, announces Yu Fei greets the emperor, and the reaction.
Instant chaos.
Eunuchs just start screaming, assassin, assassin. Yu Fei is grabbed, seized immediately.
Textbook frame-up. Talk us through why it works so effectively.
Well, think about the elements. Dusk visibility isn't great. The emperor is maybe not thinking clearly. Yu Fei's arrival has been prearranged, positioned perfectly.
Right.
Then that sudden piercing shout, assassin! It creates immediate panic and confusion. There's no time for Yu Fei to ask what's going on or defend himself. The accusation hits before reality can set in. It's pure disorientation.
Designed to prevent any kind of rational response, just overwhelm the situation.
Exactly. And Emperor Gaozong, he's startled, obviously. He retreats back into the palace asking who's the assassin.
And Hexiang is right there.
Ready with the condemnation. She doesn't hesitate. She immediately points the finger at Yu Fei. She even brings up a past issue, saying he disobeyed the imperial decree before and didn't come.
Adding perceived history to the immediate accusation.
Yes. And now, she says, he's entering the deep palace unbidden, plotting assassination. Her demand is swift. Execute him immediately to uphold state law.
So she's leveraging past perceived slights and the current chaos.
And Gaozong, who the text reminds us is still in a drunken stupor, just agrees. Orders the execution just like that. Palace officials bind Yu Fei up and drag him out towards the Meridian Gate for execution.
Unbelievably fast. Terrifying, really.
Meanwhile, outside that gate, Yu Fei's companions, Yang Bao and Wang Hang, see this happening. They watch their lord being bound, dragged away. And Yu Fei himself is just bewildered, shouting out he doesn't even know why he's being killed.
Imagine their horror. Their commander, framed and about to be executed.
This is where Zhang Bao snaps into action. It's incredible. He tells Wang Heng, guard the commander, and then he just takes off, wielding his mixed iron rod.
Not waiting for orders, not asking questions, pure action.
He smashes through a barrier gate. The text says the patrolling soldiers just could not catch him. He vanishes into the night. What does that level of immediate, decisive action tell you?
It tells you Zhang Bao instinctively understood the system wasn't going to save Yu Fei. This wasn't a misunderstanding, it was a conspiracy. Waiting, appealing, following protocol that would have been a death sentence for Yu Fei. His action is, well, it's more than loyalty. It's a recognition that only drastic, immediate intervention against the plot itself had any chance. He's literally breaking the rules to save a life because the rules are being used to kill.
And his intervention is pretty dramatic. He doesn't go to another general. He goes straight for Grand Tutor Li Gang Li Taishi.
High-ranking, respected official. Smart move.
He bursts into Li Gang's home, literally kicks down the study door, pulls the old man out of bed, hoists him onto his back, and starts running, yelling, "Bad news! Lord Yu Fei is bound at the Meridian Gate."
Wow, just scoops him up and runs. The urgency is palpable.
So Li Gang, probably half asleep and utterly confused, gets carried to the Meridian Gate. He sees Yu Fei bound, ready for execution. He immediately yells out, asking Yu Fei when he arrived.
Trying to get the facts quickly.
Yu Fei spills it all out, summoned by Bang Chang, told to wait, then suddenly accused. He's desperate, pleading, "Grand Tutor, please testify for me."
And Li Gang's first move.
His first words are crucial. "Hold the execution," he shouts it out, asserting authority. Then he immediately orders them to summon the court, ring the bells, and beat the drums. What's the strategy there?
It's brilliant political maneuvering, even in that chaotic moment. Shouting, "Hold!" stops the immediate illegal execution. Summoning the court forces the issue into the open, into the proper channels. He knows a summary execution in the dead of night is illegitimate. He's forcing them to follow procedure, which buys time and allows for scrutiny. It's about shifting from a back alley kill to a formal court setting.
But the conspirators aren't done. Zhang Bangcheng, that snake, apparently anticipated this. He knew Li Gang would likely intervene.
He had a backup plan.
He did. He secretly arranged for a spiked board, a ding band, to be placed right at the East Flower Gate, the Gur, the entrance Li Gang would have to use to enter the palace complex properly.
Oh no, that's ruthless.
Absolutely brutal. Li Gang, rushing in to formally address the emperor, steps right onto it. He screams, falls, he's covered in blood. Sang Bao, who just carried him there, cries out in anguish. Grand Tutor is rolling on spiked boards.
That's horrific. What does that level of brutality signify?
It shows their utter ruthlessness and, frankly, their foresight. They anticipated opposition and planned to neutralize it violently and publicly. It's raw intimidation. Imagine being another official, seeing that happen to Li Taishi. Would you step forward?
It's a chilling message. Interfere, and this is what happens. It's designed to paralyze any further opposition through sheer terror.
Exactly. The ministers who were gathering at the Meridian Gate because of the commotion rush over to help Li Gang. They see his hands and feet are just bleeding profusely there on the palace steps.
What a scene. Chaos, blood, a high official critically injured.
So news of this reaches the emperor. A night duty eunuch reports the whole thing. Ministers gathered outside, Li Gang badly hurt. He requests the emperor actually ascend the throne to deal with the situation.
Even with the emperor impaired, the situation is getting too public, too messy to ignore.
But Empress Hexian tries one last time to obstruct. She suggests, "Oh, it's late, Your Majesty, just deal with it tomorrow."
Still trying to prevent a formal hearing.
But this time, Gaozong overrides her. He feels he has to hold court now, seeing his ministers are assembled and Li Gang is injured. So he ascends the throne.
Okay, so the court is convened despite the attempts to stop it.
Yes, and Li Gang, despite being horribly injured, makes his move. Gaozong sees the blood, orders doctors immediately, but Li Gang speaks up.
What does he say? He can hardly accuse Hexiang or Bangcheng directly, not yet.
He can't. So he does something incredibly shrewd. He says basically, yes, Yufei, this martial official, was clearly trying to harm the emperor. He seems to agree with the accusation.
Seems to. What's the catch?
The catch is, he adds, there must be a mastermind. But then crucially, he suggests Yufei be sent to the Ministry of Justice prison, not executed, sent to prison to be interrogated, after Li Gang himself recovers from his injuries.
Ah, that's the genius of it. Buys time.
Exactly. How masterful is that? He can't win outright, so he plays for time.
It's brilliant. He appears to uphold the emperor's initial judgment, but subtly shifts the process. He puts Yufei out of immediate danger execution and into a formal judicial process that he plans to influence later, once he's recovered. He turns their own accusation into a delaying tactic. Masterful, really.
And it works. Gaozong approves. He orders Yufei taken to prison. The ministers help escort the bleeding Li Gang home. Zhan Bao and Wang Heng follow, their lord still in peril, but alive, for now.
Saved from the immediate execution, but the fight is far from over.
Far from over. Back at his residence, Li Gang, injured as he is already planning his next move. He doesn't rest. He immediately sends for Shabing.
Shabing, who's that?
He's the head of the Ministry of Justice, the very place Yufei is being sent.
Ah, okay. Getting someone on the inside.
Precisely. Li Gang gives Shabing very clear instructions. He tells him point blank, Yufei is surely innocent.
No ambiguity there.
None. He instructs Shabing to submit an official memorial, a petition, to the emperor. This petition should claim Yufei is now ill and not eating in prison, and it should ask for leniency. Li Gang assures Shabing he'll handle the actual case himself once he's better.
So he's managing Yufei's conditions in prison, making sure he's treated reasonably, and officially documenting a reason for delayed proceedings, Yufei's supposed illness. It's methodical.
It really is. What does this step-by-step approach tell you about Li Gang's strategy?
It shows he's playing the long game. He understands the system. First, stop the execution. Second, ensure the prisoner's safety and well-being within the system. Third, create official justifications for delay. He's meticulously laying the groundwork, using the bureaucracy itself to counter the conspiracy that started this whole mess. It's about process and patience now.
Okay, and then comes the final, really bold move. The next day, Xiaobing does as instructed, submits the memorial about Yu Fei being ill. The emperor approves it, probably just rubber stamping it.
Buying more time, setting the stage.
But then Li Gang does something potentially dangerous but powerful. He writes what's called Envo Yuandan, basically, a formal petition detailing the injustice done to Yu Fei.
Okay, writing it down formally.
But he doesn't just submit it through channels. He secretly gets it carved onto printing blocks. Woodblock printing.
Whoa, he's going public.
Massively public. He prints thousands of copies. Thousands. And he gives them to Zhang Bao and Wang Heng, telling them to post these petitions everywhere, all over the capital.
Wow.
These posters explicitly state Zhang Bengsheng framed Yu Fei, spreading the accusation against the accuser far and wide. In a time before, Twitter or TV, how big a deal was that?
That was the nuclear option for public opinion back then. Printing and distributing thousands of copies like that. It's taking the fight directly to the people, bypassing the corrupted court officials entirely. It's designed to create buzz, discussion, pressure. It challenges the official narrative head-on and tries to rally popular sentiment behind Yu Fei. It's incredibly risky, but it's his ultimate counterattack, turning the conspiracy from a hidden palace plot into a public scandal.
Taihang Mountain.
This is the stronghold of the public justice king, Niu Gao.
Yu Gao. Okay. And it's his birthday.
Yeah.
He's got friends over 7 other kings.
That's right. Shi Quan, Zhu King, Zhao Yun, Lin Jing, Tang Huai, Zheng Xin, and Wang Yi. They're all there.
But Niu Gao's holding things up a bit.
Yeah, he's waiting. Apparently, the party can't start without this 8th guy, someone he calls Brother Ji.
And this is actually important, isn't it?
It really is, because while they're waiting, Tang Huai, he gets a bit restless.
Right, so he wanders off.
Wanders over to where the actors are getting ready for the entertainment, and here's the moment.
This is it.
He overhears them talking, specifically mentioning Zhang Bengchang framing Yu Fei.
Just like that. He hears the name.
Yep. And Tang Huai, he doesn't just let it go. He immediately demands to see the script. Or rather, the injustice scroll they were reading from.
The Yuandan. What exactly is that again?
It's basically a formal petition, a document detailing a serious grievance, sometimes read out loud to, get public support or expose wrongdoing.
So it's not just gossip. It's got weight.
Exactly. And think about where he hears it from actors. It shows how truth can bubble up from, unexpected places, even challenging the official story.
Okay, so Tang Huai gets this scroll. What does he do?
Doesn't waste a second. Snatches it, runs back to Niu Gao.
And tells him.
Hits him with the bombshell. Brother Yu has been framed.
And Niu Gao's reaction. I imagine it wasn't calm.
Oh, far from it. His rage just erupted like thunder. Total fury.
So much for the birthday party.
Completely canceled. On the spot. He's enraged about the injustice done to his doggo, his big brother, Yu Fei.
That term, daga, it's more than just older brother, right?
Yeah.
It signifies deep respect, loyalty.
Absolutely. It's about brotherhood, a really strong bond. And Niu Gao's loyalty is, explosive.
So no cake, just war council.
Pretty much. He immediately orders all forces together. All of them.
How many are we talking about?
A staggering number, actually. 80,000 men. From his mountain and the other 7 kings combined.
80,000 for an outlaw leader? That's huge. A proper army. It
really shows the kind of power these figures held outside the direct imperial gaze, And they mobilize immediately, marching straight for Jinling.
Modern-day Nanjing.
That's the one. And interestingly, the text notes they met 0 resistance on the way.
Just roll right through. Shows their speed, their force.
And perhaps the element of surprise, too.
So a birthday party turns into a rescue mission. They get to the outskirts of Jinling.
Right. They set up camp about 5 light out. That's maybe, 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the Fentai Gate.
And the city guards, they must have freaked out.
Oh, yeah. Alarmed, they report it straight up the chain to Emperor Gaozong himself.
So the emperor knows this massive, unexpected force is right outside the gates. What's his move?
He sends out a commander, Zhang Jun, with 3,000 men to see what's going on, to confront them.
Okay. 3,000 against potentially 80,000. Seems a bit uneven.
It does. This is that first real clash. The official versus the unofficial.
And who steps up for the outlaws?
Tang Huai again. He's the one who speaks to Zhang Jun.
What does he say? Does he try diplomacy first?
He does. He makes it clear. We're not rebels, we're friends of Yufei.
Okay, setting the record straight.
And we demand his release. Simple as that.
But then comes the threat, right?
Oh yeah, a big one. He says if Yufei isn't released, they will completely destroy Jinling. The phrase used is leave no chicken or dog.
Which means total annihilation. Wow. They're not messing around.
Not at all. It's an extreme statement, meant to show they're deadly serious.
How does Zhang Jun react to that, being told his city will be wiped out?
He's dismissive, really provocative actually. He basically says Yufei must be a rebel if he has friends like this band of bandits.
Ouch. He's using their presence against Yufei.
Exactly. And then he calls them dog bandits.
Dog bandits. Okay. That's just asking for trouble, especially with Niu Gao nearby.
He said it. This really raises that question about reputation, doesn't it? How perception is shaped. Does Zhang Jun genuinely believe this, or is it just convenient?
It feels like he already had his mind made up about Yufei, and seeing Yu Gao's crew just confirms it for him. It's almost like, see? Told you so.
Yeah, that makes sense. It fits the narrative he perhaps already holds.
I'm calling them dog bandits in front of Niu Gao. Bad idea.
Very bad idea. Yu Gao, not known for his patience.
He lets out a roar.
Lets out a roar, grabs his twin maces, and charges Zhang Jun directly.
And the fight, is it drawn out?
Nope. Swift and brutal. The text says Niu Gao defeats him in not more than 3 or 4 rounds.
Wow. So much for the Imperial commander. Niu Gao just takes him down.
Shows Niu Gao's strength, definitely. But then, something interesting happens.
What's that?
Tong Wei steps in again. He advises Niu Gao not to chase Zhang Jun too hard as he flees back to the city.
Really? Why not press the advantage? They just won.
Strategic thinking. Tong Wei's worried. He fears that if they push too hard, put too much pressure on the city.
They might just execute Yufei inside to end the problem.
Precisely. It could backfire completely. Their whole reason for being there is to save Yufei, not provoke his death.
Ah, okay. That's smart. It's a delicate balance. Show strength, but don't force their hand into something irreversible.
Exactly. It highlights the difference, maybe, between Niu Gao's raw power and Tong Wei's strategic mind. They need both.
So they pull back.
They return to their camp. They've made their point loud and clear, but they haven't gone too far yet.
And that restraint turns out to be crucial, doesn't it? Because inside the city, Zhang Jun isn't just reporting his defeat.
No, he gets back to the imperial court, reports what happened, how he was beaten.
And then he urges the emperor
to execute Yufei immediately, right now, to cut off future trouble.
He's basically using the attack as proof Yufei is dangerous and needs to be eliminated. Doubling down.
He absolutely is, framing the situation to fit his narrative and get rid of Yufei.
Emperor Gaozong is indecisive, though.
Yes, he's wavering. But then, Grand Tutor Li Gang arrives, just in time.
Li Gang. A key figure here. What's his take?
His first suggestion is actually quite pragmatic. He says, look, order Yufei to go out and repel these bandits.
Test his loyalty through action.
Exactly. Let him prove himself first, then figure out if he's guilty or not. It's smart, both militarily and legally.
Makes sense. But I bet someone objected.
Oh, you bet. Zhang Bangshang, the original framer, pipes up immediately.
Of course he does. What does he say?
He claims this whole thing, the attack, Li Gang's suggestion, it's all part of Yufei's Jianji, his treacherous scheme.
He's trying desperately to keep Yufei looking guilty, to protect himself.
Absolutely. He's painting it as a conspiracy between Yufei and his outlaw friends.
But then comes this incredible moment, right?
Right.
With Li Gang and Zhang Ze.
Truly remarkable. Lena Gang and Zhang Ze, another minister, they make this unbelievable pledge together.
What do they pledge?
They guarantee Yufei's loyalty. They vouch for him with their entire families as collateral.
Wait, their families, lives, status, everything.
Everything. They are literally putting their whole lineages on the line. It's an immense statement of faith in Yufei's integrity.
It's breathtaking, the courage that must have taken.
It underscores their absolute conviction that Yufei is innocent and loyal.
And does it work? Does it sway the emperor?
It does. Gaozong is convinced by this extraordinary pledge. He agrees and summons Yufei.
Okay, so Yufei is about to be brought out, maybe tasked with fighting Niu Gao.
Exactly. He's getting ready to leave, probably thinking he's going to lead troops. But then Lin Gang stops him.
Stops him. Why?
This is where Lin Gang plays a brilliant hand. He orders Yufei to kneel.
Kneel. But he's supposedly being trusted now.
Right. And then Lin Gang hits him with this bombshell accusation completely out of left field.
What does he accuse him of?
He accuses Yufei of secretly entering the capital with the intent to assassinate the emperor.
What? But he was summoned.
Li Gang points out he was summoned to guard the Yellow River, far away. Why was he here in the capital secretly? This accusation carries the death penalty for his entire clan.
Talk about a whiplash. One minute he's vouched for, the next he's accused of high treason by the very person who vouched for him.
It's a masterstroke by Li Gang, though we see why soon. Yu Fei naturally is stunned but defends himself passionately.
How does he explain being in the capital?
He says he only came because of an imperial edict, which, crucially, he says he still has back in his camp. Proof.
Okay, that's important evidence.
And he explains further. Outside the city, he met a Grand Tutor Zhang. Now, this wasn't Li Gang, it was
Zhang Bangchang, the real villain.
Exactly, and Zhang Bangchang told him to wait, essentially luring him into this situation.
So Yu Fei was following orders, just the wrong person's orders, unknowingly.
It appears so. And then Yu Fei invokes the ultimate proof of his loyalty. The tattoo. Jingsheng Bagua. Serve the country with utmost loyalty. Given to him by his mother, inked on his back. A permanent declaration of his allegiance. He begs Li Gang for justice.
Powerful defense. But Zhang Bangchang must try to counter this.
Oh, he does. He tries to twist it, claiming Yu Fei is just making things up, trying to get revenge for some old grudge from a martial arts competition.
Desperate deflection, trying to muddy the waters.
Very much so. But Li Gang is too sharp for that.
What does Li Gang do next? How does he cut through the lies?
He makes a very clever suggestion. Let's just check who was on duty that night at the palace gates. Simple, direct.
Check the records. Find witnesses.
Precisely. And this is where the whole conspiracy unravels.
Yeah.
Two inner servants, Wu Ming and Feng Mao, they step forward.
And what do they see?
They confirm it. They saw a young boy carrying a lantern clearly marked Right Prime Minister Zhang.
Zhang Bangchang's official title.
Bingo.
The servants saw Zhang Bangchang himself bringing Yu Fei in.
They admit they didn't report it at the time because, well, Zhang Bangchang came and went from the palace so often.
Shows his influence, his unchecked power. He could basically come and go as he pleased, even bring people in suspiciously.
Exactly. And with that testimony, the truth is out. Zhang Bangchang's plot is exposed.
So Gaozong finally understands he was manipulated. How does he react?
He is furious, absolutely enraged. He orders Zhang Bangchang to be executed immediately. On the spot.
Justice, finally.
But not so fast. Li Gang intervenes again.
Again. Why would he save Zhang Bangchang now?
It's a curious move. Li Gang reminds the emperor that Zhang Bangchang does have some past merit. Apparently, he presented the imperial seal at some crucial point.
So past service buys him leniency, even after plotting treason. Politics.
It seems so. So Zhang Bangchang is spared execution, but he's not off the hook entirely.
What happened to him?
He's exiled, banished from the capital within 4 hours. A swift removal from power.
Spared death, but disgraced and exiled. Yeah. Is that justice?
That's the question, isn't it? And the narrator adds this really interesting bit of foreshadowing right at the end of the chapter.
What's that?
The narrator basically says, well, if Yang Bangchang had been executed then, he wouldn't have ended up dying later at the hands of barbarians.
Implying his eventual death was linked to something else.
Yes, and fulfilling some kind of curse from the martial arts field that was mentioned earlier. It suggests his reprieve here just delayed a different, perhaps more fitting end.
Wow. So maybe justice takes a longer, more winding path sometimes. That's something to think about.
Definitely raises questions about fate, karma, and the nature of justice in this whole saga.